this week's episode of Brave in Action. It's my weekly live show where I come and share with you just one little way that you can step out of fear and into bravery, have a life that you love, that brings you joy, and a business to go right along with it. For those of you who don't know me, I am a transformational success coach, absolutely dedicated to helping you build a life and a business you're madly fucking in love with. And yeah, I use big words. I even wrote a book called Fuck Fearless. Big words, dirty words. I don't think they're dirty. They're just words. So happy to have you all here with me today. Thanks for rearranging your schedule to be here at a new and different time this week. This is special because tomorrow is my third daughter, Tessa. It's her 13th birthday. So I always take the day off when it's my kid's birthday and hang out with them, at least until they get too old for that to be cool. She's not there yet, thank goodness. And so you guys want to know what she wants to do for her birthday? Are you ready for it? She has asked me to take her to IKEA for the day. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go hang around IKEA and make believe in the different house setups. This is what my child wants. That's what she gets. So that's what we're going to be up to instead of doing the live show. So thank you for being here with us today. Before I get into today's topic, which is near and dear to my heart, and I imagine many of you, I want to just remind you that we have a few hours left for the bundles that I put together for Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. I don't follow the rules. You guys have been hanging around long enough to know that. So they went on sale before Black Friday. They are staying on sale after that. And also, I didn't send any promo on it on Black Friday because I just didn't want to. So I love to break the rules. That's part of what makes me special. But we have 3 incredible bundles. And the first one is called the Empower Yourself bundle. And you get, it's like 30% off total plus free shipping, all 3 of these products. So a copy of the Create Brave manifestation cards, a signed personalized copy of my book, Fuck Fearless, it's bestseller, and gratitude journal, Shift Your Focus. That's pretty cool. The second one is called Double Brave. You get 2 sets of Create Brave cards, and I'm going to pull a card here at the end of our time together so you can see what those are like. These normally retail for $48 a piece, but you're going to get 2 sets plus free shipping for $74. Huge deal. So if you don't already have them, get them for yourself and get one for a friend. If you do already have them, they make excellent gifts. And then the third one, which my friend Melinda, who's here with us, took advantage of, I'm super excited about that, is a mini coaching experience. And I just want to say that this is something that I've never done before. We're trying it. I had to figure out how to offer something kind of at a bite-size time commitment and a bite-size price that would get everybody's feet wet, but I could automate it a little bit. So this is a 3-month coaching experience. You get 1 30-minute one-on-one call per month. Coach on call access to me via Voxer or Marco Polo. So if you don't know those, let me know. I can fill you in. And also weekly check-in accountability and what I call self-work, right? That awareness, retrospective, intentional planning, self-work that's going to hopefully get you set for the week ahead. And we're going to have a little fun doing that. So all of that, thank you. I wanted to get that out of the way first and foremost, because at 10 p.m. tonight, all 3 of those go bye-bye. So if you want one, go get it right now. You can go to vickeryandco.com/Black Friday to get access or follow the link in my bio, and they're all right there. Okay. Are you always in go mode? Are you? I feel like I am, despite the fact that I know that over the course of the last several years, I have really prioritized slowing down and resting. So in human design, I'm a projector. Melinda's a projector. I have a lot of clients who are projectors. We have to prioritize rest. We are more successful when we rest. That is huge and important to me, but still I feel all of society's pressures, right? I feel like I need to be able to tell you all that I'm going constantly, doing, creating. And I know that on the outside, it appears that way. I had someone earlier today said to me, like, whoa, you have so much going on. Like you have so many balls in the air and you're always doing so many new things. And I know it may feel that way, but here are some of the tips that I use to get out of feeling like I'm in that hustle go mode as much as possible, knowing myself, and then getting things done and maintaining some rest and some time for myself. So I hope that you can take some of these tips and maybe you can share some of your own, and we can maybe get through this last sprint of the year a little less crazy and harried than we have in the past. The first thing is I want you to really think about, I want you to be really mindful and aware of what your signs are, what your triggers are when you go too much or you go too hard or you're not resting or you're not being intentional and planning. How can you tell? Are you short-tempered? Um, do you are you finding yourself really overtired? Are you eating constantly just for the sake of munching? I do that. Like that's like a self um well, it's a little bit of self-sabotage, but it feels like it's a self-comfort to munch, which really is that means there's something else going on. When I do that, I know there's something else happening. Um, Short-tempered is something I find myself a lot, really impatient and maybe wishing things would get canceled. Part of that might come from being an introvert. Does anybody else like that? But I can see because all those things are at high alert, right? Really, really high. I can feel physical tension. Do you feel it maybe in your head? You get a headache or in your neck. I tend to feel it right here, and I think a lot of women do as well. I don't know about a non-binary folks or men, but you can let me know. Do you feel it in your thing? And I catch myself like this, and maybe I'm not breathing. Like, oh, I haven't stopped to take a breath in a really long time. So figure out what your signs are. What are your tells? What is keeping you from feeling a little bit more centered and balanced? First, we want to know like when we're starting to go down that path. But here are some things you can do right up front. And I love these tips because I have to remind myself to use them just as much as I'm reminding you all to use them. So the first thing is when you first wake up in the morning, and you don't have to do all of these, you don't have to do any of these. You can pick and choose, take the ones you like, morph them into something that works better for you. I mean, I go through a whole list. I don't do all of these every day. I pick and choose what feels right to me. So I hope that you'll do the same. But the first thing, and I did this one this morning, is before I'm even out of bed when I wake up, I give myself a little massage and I do some havening, which is just, you know, that kind of thing. Um, Havening is like this. If you're familiar with that, when you rub your hands underneath your eyes and over your forehead, or you um, give yourself a little bit of a pat or a hug. There's a lot of self compassion in havening, doing that. I tend to give myself a little massage on my neck, on my head, down my body, the side of my body, my legs. It takes me like 30 seconds, but it's just some intentional, kind touch, sort of wake my body up. The other thing in the morning, and I did this one this morning also, is just decide on an intention for the day. Who do you want to be in this day? What do you want from it? Right? It doesn't have to be major. Maybe it's relaxed. Maybe it's peaceful. Maybe you want to go hard and hustle that day. I mean, whatever it is, right? Or you want to just step into the day and feel surrender, not have any expectations, just enjoy the moment, whatever it is. Set a little intention before your feet touch the floor for who you're going to be. I'll give you a firsthand example. Hi, Melinda. I have two Melindas. I got one in both places. Um, on Thanksgiving, I got to travel with all four of my daughters to back to Indianapolis to see my family. It's the first time in 4 years that we've all been able to be together for Thanksgiving. I alternate years with their dad. So that 4 years ago, they were with him, and then it was COVID and we couldn't travel and all of that. So felt a little stressful, but also very exciting that we were going to get to be together. So I decided we traveled on Thanksgiving morning. All I wanted from the day, from the holiday, all I wanted was to be present and enjoy the moment. That meant that I had to let go of any expectations from anyone. I had to let go of hoping or wanting that my children would behave a certain way, that my family would behave a certain way. Simply needed to be present with them in that moment and accept whatever it was with joy and gratitude. Super, super powerful. And it worked. It helped, right? So you can do that in any way, anytime. If you have a big day, you maybe have a big sales call, or you're starting a new program, or you whatever it's going to be, that intention might be something totally different. So that's when I first start, I do that. Some other ways, and this ties into the weekly live show from last week, that I help myself get out of go mode and into intentional mode while still getting all my shit done, is affirmation. And so I do affirmations all day in my head all the time. I shared all of those affirmations last week, so go back and watch that one if you wanna hear them. But you can do really thoughtful affirmations during the holidays that will help you slow down, stay present, be thoughtful and intentional, and sort of reconfigure yourself, right? Recalibrate just a little. So maybe it is, I don't I'm not required to be perfect. Everything I do is just right, instead of all the noise that we hear in our head. I was chatting with a client earlier today, so if you're watching, hello, because you'll know it was you. And I said, "Wow, there's so much self-deprecation happening." Like, "Oh, well, I screw that up all the time. I never finish anything." And it always just sort of crushes my soul when I see or hear somebody self-deprecating. So I'd love for you to turn those things around and turn them into affirmations. And this is a way to step out of go mode, because when we're hard on ourselves, that is because either we have put expectations on ourselves that are unrealistic, or society has, or family, or somebody else has. And if you can flip them, then it allows you to take a step back, cut yourself some slack, and fucking do the thing without all of the drama that goes with it. So if your story is, if the table setting for the holiday isn't perfect, they're all going to think I'm a lazy, lousy host. First of all, it's not true. They're probably really not paying attention. And if they are paying attention and they actually get upset about it, we don't care. This from a professional event planner. I planned events professionally for 18 years, and I love a good table setting, right? So maybe you can say, the best I can do is good enough. The best I can do is good enough, or I am good enough, or I'm doing my best, right? You can flip any of those things to make them settle a little bit more comfortably. Anytime you hear yourself saying anything negative, what happens if you flip it? Even if you don't necessarily believe what you're hearing, what happens if you flip it? And then maybe look for some evidence that the other side is true. I actually talk about that. Um, I call those 180s in my book, Fuck Fearless. Melinda, have you read it? Both Melindas have a copy. I don't know if you guys have seen that part or not. But it really does work. It's a tool and resource that really, really, really does work. You guys, this isn't going to surprise anybody, but boundaries, setting strong boundaries, communicating strong boundaries, and keeping strong boundaries is a really great way to get out of go mode. So, what is acceptable? Remember, boundaries are limits that define acceptable behavior. So, what is acceptable to you? What is acceptable? Especially at this time, it's the end of the year. We are all doing so many things. People need things and want things from us. Plus, there are things that we need and want from ourselves and from other people. People can't give us what we want and need if they don't know what it is. So asking for that help, asking for that support, asking for people to help you stay accountable, right? How powerful is that as an idea? Um, Finding time to get clear on what boundaries would serve you. I have different boundaries for myself in these last couple of months of the year than I do the rest of the year. I have very different boundaries in the summer. I shift everything in the summer because my kids are home most of the time and I want to be present with them. We don't have much time left, sad but true, right? So think about that. What boundaries could you set? If you have questions about that, if you're unsure how you can apply that to you and your exact situation, just reach out. Let me know. We can talk through it. I would be happy to do that. Boundaries are huge. Getting support is huge. You don't have to do it all. Maybe you think you have to do it all, but you don't have to do it all. And so, where can you either just say, no, I'm not, I'm going to cut it out. I'm not going to do that. Or, yes, I can do that, but I need X, Y, and Z from you, or X, Y, and Z from that person, right? Asking for support is huge this time of year because so many of us martyr ourselves and fall on the sword to get it all done. And it's just nobody's healthier when we do that. Nobody's happier. And then we're showing our children, our friends, our family, our clients, our loved ones that running ourselves ragged is okay, right? That treating yourself last is okay. It's not. None of those things are okay. It's not okay. You deserve more, and the people that are around you deserve more than that, right? So, awareness, intention, giving yourself a little self compassion and actual touch. Did you guys know that your mind, neurologically, your body cannot tell the difference between you giving yourself compassion or somebody else giving you compassion, or even from you gently giving yourself compassionate touch versus somebody else giving you compassionate touch? Even though it might feel weird to you to do it, your mind does not know the difference. So if you can get over the fact that it feels odd, it will really, really shift you. And I just love it. EFT tapping, we talked about that last week also. It's another way to get out of go mode, especially when we first started and I said, "What are your triggers?" When you can catch yourself so rising up and like, "Woo, things are going to get out of control. They're going fast." The best thing that you can do is stop, take a couple of big, deep breaths and do some basic EFT tapping. And if you don't have an app or you don't know what you want to tap on, you can go with very simple I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So remember all of the tapping points on the side of your hand, the karate chop point, eyebrows. So I'll take my glasses off. Eyebrows, side of the eye, underneath the eye, underneath the nose, underneath the mouth, your chest, underneath your arm, your armpit area, and then the top of your head. I tend to use two hands because I'm a little bit OCD with that. I'm going to not apologize for it. I don't know. I like the symmetry of that, but you can absolutely use just one hand. And if all you do is go through all of your tapping points and say, I deeply and completely love and accept myself, that's good enough. It will absolutely shift you out of it, of a tighter space, out of a high stress space. It resets your meridian points. It's neurologically comforting. It'll work, I promise. So yeah, I think those are the main ways that I would do it. The other thing is just remember you don't have to do it all. You can't do it all. You can't. So get some help. Let people love you and just do the best you can. The best you can do is the best you can do. Very unapologetically say, I have done the very best that I can. And I hope it's good enough. And it will be, right? Okay. So, you guys want to pull a Create Brave card? This is the deck of manifestation cards that I created with my amazing, beautiful, wonderful friend, Rachel Swanson. I love the inside of the box. I take action despite my fears. Comes with a guidebook. I'll read the answer. I pull a card every single week during this live show for me and for you. I like to look at it. I like to hear the word, I like to see what shows up, what really resonates. I'm always delighted and amazed at how just the right card shows up for every single topic each week. I have lots of clients and family members even who pull a card every day, just sort of help them step into a new creative way to be intentional throughout the day. You can use the cards in so many ways. Right now, you can get these like super, super discounted for $74, and that's including shipping. You can get 2 decks, which is so cool. Or you can get the Empower Yourself deck, which is the book Fuck Fearless, Gratitude Journal, Shift Your Focus, and a set of Create Brave cards. So if you already have them, they make great gifts. Get them now. They go away. Is that my card? I think it is. They go away at 10 o'clock. I always just shuffle until the card that's meant for me shows up. Does anybody else do that? All right. Commitment. By showing up for myself and others, I build a firm foundation for success. So I'll show it to everybody. Commitment. It's a beautiful card. I feel like we just pulled this recently. Does anybody else think that? Look at the mountain. Rachel's so talented. She did all the design work on it. I love this card for today because I want your commitment. I mean, you do what you want with it, whatever resonates, whatever shows up for you. But for me, this feels like I want us all to commit to not being in the constant hustle go mode. I want us to embrace intention, manifestation, affirmations, EFT, slowing down, being kind, giving ourselves compassion, asking for support, setting boundaries, right? We want you to lean into all of that. I want you to commit to all of that. And I have strong feelings on what a commitment is versus what a goal is. A goal is something you're going to think maybe you kind of one day want to do. And a commitment is something that you're going to fucking do come hell or high water. So Yes, I'll read the booklet. I just realized a bunch of you are chatting in the chat box. So hello, hello, hello. We have not gone live on Facebook in weeks because we were having technical issues, but it looks like some folks are really, really happy to be here with us. So thank you. I'm so happy to see you. Somebody said they love the Create Brave cards. I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody gave one as a gift. That's awesome. Thank you. And then somebody else said the self-soothing coping thing is really special. It is. It totally is. Okay. So let's read commitment, communication, community, commitment. By showing up for myself and others, I build a firm foundation for success. Goals are something you strive for. Commitments are something you honor. By making commitments, you take direct initiative towards creating the brave life that you desire. When making commitments, be specific with dates and times of completion. These tasks should be small enough to easily complete. Baby steps count. All success is created by a series of small intentional steps that add up to something extraordinary. Showing up for your commitments is what matters most. Sharing commitments with others, like an accountability partner, helps you stay on track and push yourself just a little further. Sharing progress, even if there is no progress at all, with your accountability partner still keeps you engaged. So I just want to read that line again. Sharing progress, even if there is no progress at all to report with your accountability partner, keeps you engaged. It pushes you just a little further. Remember, there's nothing wrong with renegotiating commitments with yourself or others. When you renegotiate, you're still showing up for yourself and following through on honoring your word. The more you show up for yourself, the easier it is to continue showing up. And all of these things that we talked about today so far and yesterday, that's all it is. It's showing up for yourself, giving yourself compassion, kind touch, intention, chanting affirmations, reframing the negative things that we say to ourselves and the ways that we can harm ourselves with words and with thoughts. Tom Mitchell's here. Hi, Tom. I'm so happy to see you. I just got chills. I just got happy chills. You guys, Tom Mitchell is a great guy. One of my first interviews on the Brave Files podcast. You guys got to go check it out. It's called Still Brave. Tom is the bee's knees. I'm so thrilled that you're here, Tom. All of these are things that you can do to commit to yourself. They're little things. They don't take a lot of time. They help you stay connected. They help you stay focused and intentional, and they really do make a difference. So I will share the commit or the create brave prompt that we have here. Commit to 3 things that you will get done today. And I know it's already 2:00, almost 3:00 on the East Coast. It's earlier if you're West Coast. You can still do 3 things. They can be small, bite-sized, manageable. Commit to 3 things that you will get done today. Remember to make them manageable commitments. See, I didn't even read that far, but I did help write this. These are non-negotiables. Plan your day accordingly. So let me play that game with you. Here, commitment card one last time. This afternoon's a busy day. I have 3 commitments, things that I know I'm going to get done today. Because if I put them off any further, it's going to be a real pain in my ass. I'm going to make a birthday cake for my daughter. I'm going to wrap her presents. And then I am going to do a nighttime EFT tapping with my youngest, who enjoys doing them before bed. Those are my 3 commitments. Hopefully you guys like those. It doesn't matter. They're mine. But what are yours? You can do it at any time. You can make them super bite-sized. You can read 1 page of your book. You can listen to your favorite song. You can take a walk. You can take a nap. You can sit quietly for 5 minutes. Or they can be big. I'm going to make 5 sales calls, or I'm going to write out an outline for this new program I'm releasing. It could be whatever you want. But whatever it is that you commit to, follow through with it, get it done. All right. That is all I have for you now. Super excited this week. Very last minute, I'm going to be headed to New York City to meet with my podcast partner, Alan. We are going to see 3 Broadway shows in 3 days and do some live interviews and catch up and connect. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I will be posting much of that on Instagram if you guys want to check it out. And I will be back with you next Wednesday at our regular time, Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Central. I cannot wait to reconnect with you then. In the meantime, you have until 10 p.m. Central to get one of those 3 bundles. Don't miss your chance. And I look forward to connecting with you all very soon. So until we meet again, this is Heather Vickery reminding you today and every single day to go out and choose bravely. Bye now.